in their midst is the divinity who steers everything. She it is who rules over love unions, painful births everywhere, prompting female to join with male and male with female. Right? So right in the midst of all generation is said to be the divinity that therefore is responsible for all procreation, all coming into existence. When women and men mix the seeds of love together, the power that results from the mingling of different bloods, if it preserve harmony, fashions a well-formed body. But if there's hostility between the seeds that intermingle, so they do not produce a unity in the newly formed body, then the growing embryo will be badly disturbed by the conflict of the seeds. So, what are the three categories? False beliefs, we know them. What are these? These are the beliefs of men, which he is going to be introduced, so he will be able to judge of mere seeming. And this is what we now have in review. So there are three categories, not two. We've covered them, and that's what I like about Parmenides. Now, in your work, you also have a page from Aristotle. Remember, each night we're going to go back and give Aristotle a grade. Here we have 14 quotes, no, less than that. 9 quotes from Papa Aristotle. Let's give him a grade. There is only one first principle in the universe, and it's changeless. All right? All these thinkers set up as first principles some pair of opposites, despite the fact that they declare the all to be unchanging. For even Parmenides sets up hot and cold as first principles, calling them fire and water. Whereas Milesius speaks of the whole as unlimited, Parmenides offers a more acceptable view in declaring that the whole is limited and extends equally in every direction from the center. Do you say that's what it is, or that's what it's like? Parmenides seems to have conceived of reality as one by definition, whereas Milesius conceived of it as one materially. Therefore, the former takes it as limited, the latter as unlimited. On the ground that not being is contrasted with being, it's nothing at all. Parmenides is forced to conclude that being is one and there's nothing else. But again, like the others, he posits two basic principles, hot and cold, or he calls them fire and earth, and of these he puts the hot on the side of being and the cold on the side of not being. None of those who have affirmed that the all is a unity have grasped clearly the meaning of that kind of causal explanation, except perhaps Parmenides. And he is, so far as he except perhaps Parmenides, and he, insofar as he virtually postulates not a single cause, but two. That which is other than being is not. Hence, by Parmenides' argument, it must follow that all things are being, and hence one. When dealing with apparent coming to be, Parmenides describes the being and not being which it involves as fire and earth. Certain earlier thinkers maintain that what is must necessarily be one and immovable. They argue that since the void does not exist, what is cannot be moved, and that there cannot be a plurality of things because there's no void to keep them apart. Okay, we have 7. All right. Judge them for me. What grade? As you look at it, would you say, from what we've done here, that he's represented the essence of Parmenides? Of what he has represented, are there things there that you didn't notice? That aren't there? Yeah.
Where's the hot and the cold?
Yeah. That was going to be my question.
Did we miss one?
Well, he does have he has number 13, the smaller orbits are filled with unmixed fire, and those next to it, darkness. So he has, but whether those, it looks like those are
first principles.
You could call them first principle. It appears to be things in the universe that are fire rather than principles. Yeah. Okay.
That's an addition. That's an addition.
Yeah.
Aren't these supposed to be the opinions and formals, not
Yes.
necessarily the truth?
That's right.
Okay.
That is another difficulty.
Okay.
Okay then. By hands. All right. What will you do for number 6? Is he right on? Raise your hand. He's on that, isn't he? I think so. Wouldn't you agree? Right. Number 7.
No.
No? All right.
Well, it's interesting how he says in the number 6 that they say that there's only one first principle, and then in number 7 he says that Parmenides sets up hot and cold as
Well,
first
he just
principles.
forgot he said that. All right. 8. Right. Parmenides offers a more acceptable view in declaring that the whole is limited and extends equally in every direction from the center.
He says the whole is perfect and extends like it's.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. When you focus on the word like, then that's intended as a simile and not literally. All right. 9.
But then there's the line that says, "For strong necessity holds it in bonds of limit."
That's true.
I mean,
Yes. Continue it though.
huh?
You have to finish it.
Okay. Which constrain it on all sides.
Now here comes the reasoning.
Natural law forbids that being should be other than perfectly complete.
Therefore, it's the fact that it's perfectly complete that accounts for its limit. Would you not agree, if you're listening to a very fine sonata, you can't arbitrarily go in and change one note? Right? And same too with a Rembrandt painting, even though I have tried. No, I haven't. Ten. On the ground that not being is contrasted with being, is nothing at all, Parmenides is forced to conclude that being is one. He posits 2 basic principles, hot and cold, calls them fire and earth. With these he puts the hot on the side of being and the cold on the side of not being.
He didn't do that.
he's looking at some other fragment that we don't have.
Well,